Hello, my name is Amy Rofail and I'm with the Jerusalem Connection Report, and this is your Friday Red Alert. I was thinking about a verse just this morning, one that in the pro-Israel community we use a lot and talk about a lot, and that's Genesis 12:3. I will bless those who bless you. I will curse those who curse you. And to all peoples you will be a great blessing. About 3 weeks ago, I reported to you that the EU was voting on measures, labeling measures for Europe, so that European consumers could see if a product was manufactured in Judea or Samaria and boycott it, not buy it. Now, of course, they couldn't mandate this, but they were hoping to encourage Europeans not to purchase these products. I explained how this is actually counterintuitive to anybody who wants to actually help the Palestinian or the Arab people living in that region, as most of the population in Judea and Samaria in the West Bank are employed by Israeli companies, and they enjoy good pay and good working conditions and the regulatory labor laws of the nation of Israel, which are amongst the only enforceable and best laws of the entire region. I want to continue that conversation because the mayor of Reykjavik in Iceland recently introduced a measure. He proposed to the whole country to boycott all products made in Israel. Now, in order to do that right, Barry Shaw has written an article stating that these people also need to throw away their smartphones and stop using their computers, because that's how a boycott would work. Smartphone technology and computer technology working as it does today, which we all enjoy, many of those components and innovations were engineered by tech companies in Israel. Now, the mayor did back down from this proposal and revised it, so to speak, after he got some backlash from his own legislature that this seemed to be mean-spirited. Hostile was the word. And he revised it to say that they should, just the city of Reykjavik should boycott all products in Judea and Samaria. Of course, this still reeks of anti-Semitism because it points a finger clearly at the Jewish people and the Jewish state. Because at no point did this same mayor also introduce measures to boycott products from countries that do actually abuse it, have human rights abuses, and very poor working conditions. Case in point would be China, who has some of the most heinous working conditions in their factories and documented human rights abuses, even child labor. And yet all of the BDS movement seems to be concentrating on boycotting Israeli products, and yet there's very few measures to boycott Chinese products, as an example. So you have to ask yourself then, what is the measure by which the BDS movement, or anyone who claims to be for human rights, Palestinian or Arab rights, are using to make their claims on what should be done? What kind of pressures or sanctions should be implemented? And of course, they're not thinking through the logical conclusion, which is that these populations actually do better when Israel does better. Because they are a large employer of the Arab population in the West Bank, these people have better jobs, better pay, and better working conditions. Moreover, if the nation of Israel and the companies that comprise it are enjoying revenue from sales and marketing and innovation, the entire country has more revenue to continue their own humanitarian efforts. Keep in mind the PA authorities' medical department is largely funded and supplied and trained by Israeli medical personnel. As well, Israel supplies the electricity for the Gaza Strip, as well as many other supplies needed for the Palestinian people to survive. So you take away the revenue from the nation of Israel or its companies therein, you decrease the revenue that they can use to help the Palestinian people that actually need it. So an economic collapse of Israeli companies and the Israeli government would actually be to the detriment of the Palestinians and Arabs that live in that region. So my response to this whole BDS movement is simply to buy more Israeli products, invest in Israeli startup companies if you see an opportunity to buy stocks on any of the exchanges. And if you buy products from Judea and Samaria, you're actually helping the Arab population therein take care of their families and better their own lives. And if you invest in Israeli companies, you're investing in the general revenue of Israel so that they can continue not only their defense budgets, but also their extensive humanitarian budgets. I always say, dig for the truth. Shabbat Shalom.